Good morning. It is another beautiful day in September here on Hallig Petrus. We are going to get over to the shop. I spent some time last week. Time is flying by here. I spent some time last week going over the other equipment that I still need to buy with the woman who runs the shop. And we did some math to figure out what all I need still and how much it's going to cost. And in what I'm sure will come as a surprise to absolutely nobody, it's going to cost more than I have. So I have to start renting stuff. Let's get this going. So I have rented a seeder. I told her last week I was planning to seed that other field across the way, and she found a farmer who's got a seeder that should fit to this tractor, and I'm paying $700 to rent it from that farmer. But she arranged that for me, so basically it's going to be at the shop ready to go, along with the pallet of seed. As far as other equipment that I still need to buy, all the stuff for the grass work. Grass is coming along. I think it'll be next month, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to work in the field next month. So the other equipment I need for the grass work, she doesn't think is going to be available here. There are other people on the islands who have sheep and cows, and they use their grass equipment pretty heavily. It's something you need multiple times a year, not just once. So the chance of me being able to rent the grass work equipment is low, but the field work equipment, maybe, depending on when other people are planting crops and when I'm doing it. So I'm trying to get just this one field done now for the spring, and then I'll spend some time over the winter prepping the next field for spring planting. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm about to be kind of broke. Already feeling kind of crunched on cash. And I don't love that. When I came here I thought, oh, $500,000, that's a lot of money. I didn't generally have that kind of ready cash available to me in the United States. But it goes real fast when you're buying farm equipment. Got here. Okay. Let's get this hooked up. Let's get out and check this out. Okay. I guess you just like kind of climb up here to load the seed in. Alright. Well, that works. Okay, I'm going to... I already fertilized the grass field, but I didn't have time to put it in the last episode. It was going to be too long. So I will play that clip for you while I get the seed loaded into this seeder and get this over to my new field. I also fertilized the other field on the other side. I had maybe 20 minutes before the causeway was going to start flooding with the tide coming in. And given how quickly that went with the seed, the fertilizer spreader rather being so, having such a generous working width, I was able to, didn't take very long to fertilize the fields. So I got that done. So the other field that I'm about to plant is already fertilized. So that will be good. So I'll just go ahead and put those clips in here, and then I will see you when I get over there with this seed to start seeding. honking fast. Like, really fast. And it didn't use very much seed at all. Like a third of it, maybe? Not even a third, like half? So, either this seeder is extremely, extremely efficient, or it's broken, and it's not seeding properly. Given that I rented this from somebody, I don't know what to make of it. I guess I'll get it taken back over to the shop, and, see what I germinate. So the downside, like I said, some equipment I can rent, some equipment I can't. The woman who runs the shop told me that after I seed, depending on what type of thing I'm seeding, I may want to roll the field. And the rolling helps sort of press the seeds in and make sure everything is in good contact with the soil. It increases the germination rate. So it makes your fields more productive. It turns out rolling a field is often done with much larger equipment. I don't have very large equipment, and the rollers I can get for this are more than I want to spend, and also nobody on the island really has one small enough to work with this thing, with this particular tractor. And this is the bigger of my two tractors. So she had to order one in from the mainland, and it's she seemed underwhelmed with the brand that it is, or maybe the size of the equipment. It's not entirely clear to me. It's hard for me to assess sometimes whether what I'm seeing is a language gap because I don't speak German and they're trying to speak English to me, or if it's because people are generally more serious here than I am accustomed to in the United States, or if she really did disapprove of the brand or my equipment or something. But it seemed as though she was underwhelmed by what she got me. But yeah, I'm going to take this back over to the shop and I'll pick up the roller. She should have it outside and ready for me now. And then I'll come back and roll this field, I guess. And I unfortunately won't find out until spring how good or bad of a job this seeder did. But maybe when I go to seed that other field, I'll see if I can find somebody else with a seeder to rent to me. Alright, well, I'll see you in a few minutes with a roller. Alright, well that went weirdly faster than I expected. Kind of like the seeding. This is not what I expected when she said I should roll the field. These are just these disc things. But I guess it did make these little ridges and press the stuff down, so hopefully that'll do the job. I did find the person who owns this field. I spoke with the lawyer who helped me with the purchase of this farm, who's also the real estate agent here on the island, and unsurprisingly she knows everybody. Specifically, she knows who owns what property. Realtor. Lawyer. So she helped me find the person who owns this place. I went to see him and explained my situation here. He was nice about it. He wasn't mean, but he was also very serious. He said he's going to have to do an inspection when he comes out here to harvest, and he'll let me know after he does the inspection what sort of damage I did. And he did say he appreciated me speaking to him about it, but I don't know. I don't have a bad vibe about it. I just feel bad and also a little bit like I've upset him. I guess it's not surprising. People don't grow crops just for fun. They hope for them to get used. And for me to accidentally destroy some of them, I'm sure didn't make him happy. Alright, well, I mean, that whole thing went really smoothly. I kind of feel like it's hours yet until the causeway is going to flood. I feel like I should try to get more work done over on this side. I'm very tempted to try to plow that new field. The field that I harvested, the sorghum field. I want to extend it out, but when I spoke to the woman at the shop, she said that the farmer who has a small enough plow for me to use on this particular tractor, there's only one farmer who's got other fields that are so small, they are using it right now. They're trying to get their fall crops in. So I'm not going to be able to rent it from them until sometime during the winter when it's a little bit less time crunched. So I can't actually do that today, even though I want to. If I could afford to buy the plow, I could buy my own plow and do it, but I don't have the money. It's going to cost me, oh, I want to say like 25 grand for the equipment to do the grass work, and then another 10,000 for the sheep that I'm starting with, and who knows what other expenses I'm going to have, so that's going to leave me with like $10,000 as it is. That's not very much money, and I don't have any idea when I'll be earning any. So I have to be more frugal now. Or come up with a way to get some other money. Maybe I'll ask around. I wonder if there's any odd job work I could pick up. Maybe someone in town could use help in the... Well, I'm not going to help anybody in the shop. I don't speak German. That would be silly. But maybe I could do some odd jobs for someone. I'll have to try to find out what sort of opportunities there might be. I guess I'll just stop this here for this month. I don't know what else I would have to tell you about. Can't do any more work on my fields. Don't have the animals yet, so I guess that's it. I'll probably see you next month. Bye for now.